I want to talk about the number one mistake that keeps people stuck inside the tinnitus loop. I know this because I was once stuck inside the tinnitus loop. And now I have my silence back. Not just my auditory silence, but inner peace, the real silence. The ability to observe my thoughts and not get caught up inside of them, but to be able to have peace, true peace. And I went from being stuck inside of tinnitus hell to traveling the world and doing everything that I once was afraid of doing. I'm going to explain this in this video. So when you have tinnitus and you're bothered by it, what is happening is your brain is telling you these thoughts. And these thoughts go like this. I'm always going to have this. I can't live like this. I can't live with this ringing in my ear. This sound is never going to go away. Oh my God, I'm trapped. Oh my God, this is too much. I can't exist like that. It could be those thoughts. It could be worse thoughts. Maybe the thoughts aren't as bad, but that's the general gist of those thoughts. Now, what happens when you have those thoughts is that they sound like you because they're coming from a place that all of your other thoughts come from, a place that tells you to grab the umbrella if it's gonna rain, a place that tells you you're hungry. So it sounds like you, and you believe them because these thoughts, the second you say, oh my God, what if these thoughts are true? They begin to then hijack your central nervous system. They begin to inject cortisol and put you inside the fight or flight response. So the thoughts sound like you, and you begin to then feel symptoms from those thoughts. Increased heart rate, panic. Your mind starts to spiral. And then your brain says, look, see, it's true. Because look how you're responding. You wouldn't be responding like this if it weren't true. What you have to understand is that all of that is not real. Your brain has tremendous power to hijack your entire awareness, hijack your central nervous system, and make you believe that something that is false, or maybe it's a half-truth, make you believe that it's reality and that it's always going to be this way. See, this is why depression is so powerful, is because when someone is in a depressive episode or an anxiety episode, they are convinced that it's always going to be this way. They're convinced of it because it looks real, it sounds real, and objectively to you, it is real. It would be the same as if you had like a VR headset on and you're watching a movie and you are convinced that the movie you're watching is real. But you wouldn't know it's not real unless you took the headset off and you could see clearly, and you could see, oh, I was watching a movie and it wasn't real. Tinnitus works the same exact way. And that's the mistake that people make. They believe wholeheartedly, rightfully so, because it's very convincing. It's a very convincing illusion that their thoughts, their doom thoughts, are true. But I can tell you, they're not true. If they were true, if those thoughts were true, I would still be stuck. I would not have my silence back. I would have not went on to achieve my dreams, but I did. I have deep peace, deep silence for my mind, for my soul, my body. I have my silence back. And if those thoughts were true at all, even one of them, that would not be possible. And millions of people recover from tinnitus because they choose to operate from a place of truth and not from a place of an illusion, a collective illusion that your mind is feeding you. So it is very difficult to see these thoughts and choose to observe them and not get caught up inside of them. It's very hard to do. Most people don't practice it. And especially if you live in the modern age where we're told to chase and control and fight and try and control everything and all this stuff, it becomes extremely difficult to practice this ability to just sit and exist with your life and your state of being as is and not try and change it. Now, the best thing you can do to try and to break this is to sit and observe your thoughts, observe what is happening, your experience, and not flinch, not respond to it, but let it come and let it go. Let yourself feel the fear, feel the pain, feel the thoughts, and sit there and do not react to them. That is the best thing you can do. Because what this does is it trains your body to let go of these thoughts. And what this does is over time, it's not instant, it takes a lot of time, but it begins to rewire your central nervous system where you can feel a thought, you can feel the fear, you can feel the pain, but you don't have to identify with it. You can practice being present in that moment, not trying to control it. And then you can learn to return back to the peace, to happiness, to inspiration, to that childlike wonder. That is you. That never left you. That is your true identity, is an unshakable, indestructible identity that is not based in the bad things that happen to you, that it's not based in your terrifying thoughts and the what ifs that seem to plague you. And so if you can learn to do this every day, you can find your happiness again. You can find your peace of mind again. You can find your groundedness and centeredness again. So if you related to this video, I want to encourage you to work with me, book a session, hit the link below, book a session with me, and I would love to walk you through and listen to your story and hear where you're at and what are your thoughts like, and we can just talk and we can have a conversation. I can share with you what has worked with me, my daily practice and stuff like that. So if that sounds like something you want, hit the link below. You can book a session with me. I would love to work with you. Anyway, if you found this video informative, smash the like button, comment below, and I'll talk to you all later.